Hello everyone, welcome to next session. In this session, we will discuss how we can save the mappings on remote and how those are helpful. So to start with, first we will set up the context. So as you can see, these mappings are working perfectly fine. Alright. So now these mappings, as we discussed, are in the server memory itself. So once we will stop the server, these mappings will be gone. So let's try that. So what I will do is, let me copy this first because I need to start the server again. I will stop this. Right now let's test this. No, let's do one thing. So our server is stopped, so it will not respond. So what we will do is, we will start the server again. I'll open the PowerShell window here. I'll simply start the server. Right. So now let's go back and send the request. So now as you can see, no response could be served as there are no stub mapping. Why? Because we have restarted the server, so that's why all the memory is flushed and all the mappings are flushed from the memory. Now there are no memories. So this is quite an overhead, because in case there is some patching on the server, or if your Wiremock instance stopped abruptly, or there can be any reason, right? So in that case, you will lost all your mapping. So it's to be at safer side, you should use the persistent stub mapping. That is, you should save your stub mappings on the remote, on this file mappings directory, right? So this is also called the backing store, right, in Wiremock terms. So now the saving the mappings is the same process. What we need to do is, so first now we need to create these mappings, right? So what we will do is, we will use save all mappings, right? So this is from the Wiremock client class itself. So we'll just do this and we'll go to the instance. So here you will be able to see response mappings being loaded. So our mappings will be stored here. So as you can see, now we have these mappings, alright? So now let's test these ones. So these are working perfectly fine. Alright. So now what we will do is, we will stop the server. We'll stop the server and we'll restart it again to check if the saved stub mappings are working fine or not, and you will get to know the difference also. So I'll click on here. So the server has started. Now what we will do is, we will test this again. So as you can see, these are still working, because we already have these mappings on our server which are saved right here. Right, so this is the first stub mapping where we have the stub response as the JSON file, and this is the second stub mapping where we are having response as a string, right? So we have understood how to save the stub mapping. Now the question here is, how you can import the mappings. So suppose now I currently have only one stub mapping here, this one, right? So this was created when we discussed the saving the stub mappings on the local instance. Now you might be having hundreds of stub mappings on your local instance, right? Or might be you are working on your local instance and you need to export all the mappings to the remote instance, right? Import onto the remote instance. So how you will do it? there is just a 2 line of code, we will understand that, and we also discuss one more important thing, how it is useful, because there both files and mappings will be imported in quite a different way, right? So let's move on to our next session. Thank you.